Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to build a Camerabot. Now, the Camerabot is essentially a Growbot version 2 without the Fidgets 888 sensor board and the sensors, which means it's basically a Raspberry Pi plus a camera, right? We're also going to put on a little flash drive there so that we can archive any motion that's captured. We'll need our CyberGrow software on an SD card. And of course we'll need a power supply, and we'll need a little eye hook, a screw eye for the mount. All right, let's get started. So of course we're going to need some 3D printed parts as well. I'm going to start here with the base, and that's what our Raspberry Pi snaps into. And you can see there's these little pegs here, 4 pegs, and there's 4 mounting holes, and the unit just slides right in over those pegs. Now you want to make sure that all 4 pegs have started before any of them get too far down. Otherwise, they don't want to go evenly, and then the pegs snap off, and it's not as much fun, right? All right, here we go. So we're going to snap that all the way down, make sure everything's secure and snug and tight. And we're on to step 2. All right, step 2 involves the camera. So we're going to attach the camera to the other half of this bot, to the lid, the top or whatever. And we're pretty much good to go. Alright, so this is the PiCam 2, and it just slides right into the camera lid here, the camera holder. It slides into place there. Make sure it slides all the way in. And it's as snug as it's going to get. And then we just apply the cap here. Now that snaps into place and holds the camera, keeps it from sliding. And again, as you snap this down, you just want to apply even pressure and ease it down on all sides. There we go. All right. Okay. So now all that really remains is to attach the camera to the Raspberry Pi. We're going to snap it onto the lid here. And again, it should just snap right into place. All of these parts were printed on a Camerabot replicator. I've got a 5th generation replicator, prints almost identically to the replicator 2. Either of those units should print this out fine. Other printers may have different tolerances, and the snapping was designed for a Camerabot. The OpenSCAD files are available, so if you have trouble with the tolerances, go ahead and mess with those to your heart's content. Alright, so now we're just going to pop this little bracket here for the camera. If you pop that up, then we'll be able to slide the cable right in there. And the silver pins on the cable should be facing away from that bracket. That bracket should be on the other side. So this is a little bit tricky in that when you pop one side back down, the other side wants to pop back up. So at some point you end up having to push both at the same time. But once that's safely and securely and snugly in place, then all we need to do here is pop the lid onto the base of the unit, and once again apply pressure evenly on all 4 corners until you can see that it's it's snugging down there. And then you can press firmly on each of the junctions. There you go. And that is essentially our Camerabot. Now, all that remains is we're going to pop in the brains of our beast. And that just goes right in there, seemingly upside down, but it slides right in. And we're going to need our flash drive here. Started adding a little plastic film here on the back of these things. Fantastic. All right. There we go. And we just pop that into place as well. Now, all that remains is to assemble our mount. For that, we'll need one of these little fisheye screws here. And you can see there's sort of a little hole there started. And we're just going to screw the eye hook into there until we can see it, the tip of it peeking through on the inside there, right? Because the function of this is to tighten the arm in place. So now this part fits into our arm, and our arm, of course, slides into the mount, which you can then screw onto the wall through those holes, and then the arm snaps together like that, and our final piece is this bar right here. Now this, of course, snaps into the holes on the back of your Camerabot, and that's going to hold it securely in place, right? And this mount will allow it to pivot and tilt as necessary, so you can point it at whatever it needs to be monitoring. Right? So there you have it. Your very own Camerabot with mount. We'll plug this in and I'll show you how to set up the software for this in another video.